long have you been waiting for this? Dreaming of this? Preparing for this? How long have you been doing everything in your power to make this dream a reality? Today, the wait is over, but the work is not. Because like you, we have dreams too. Welcome to our family, where being a Gamecock isn't just for 4 years, it's forever.
Hi, and welcome to this week's Gamecock Insider. I'm your host, Andy Demetra. We've got another great show lined up for you this week, but of course this week also caps off National Signing Day in college football. And here to break it down with us, South Carolina new head football coach Will Muschamp. I think this is the longest you've sat still since you got hired here at South Carolina. How would you characterize these last couple of months on the recruiting trail, Coach, spreading that message of Gamecock football?
Well, our staff has done an outstanding job. It starts, first of all, with our administration. Coach Tanner and his staff have been available on everything we've done. They've really supported us on the road recruiting, and it takes a village to get this thing done. And we got a lot of moving parts. Maria Hickman in our academic center. All of those people did a phenomenal job when we had the student athletes on campus, but really proud of our staff coming together and doing a great job. What
were some of the needs you were trying to address the most in this recruiting cycle?
Well, again, we needed to replace some guys. We're losing Pharaoh Cooper and some of the receptions we had offensively. We needed to replace that, signing big guys up front. This is a line of scrimmage league to be able to sign on both sides of the ball. Very pleased with that. But again, just good quality young men. Feel like all these guys are going to be able to enroll here in June. The ones that we had 6 mid-year, so it was great to be able to sew those guys up and get them on campus.
You said at your opening press conference, if you can't recruit, you can't coach for me. With the coaching staff that you've assembled, what makes you excited about getting out on the road now and making sure that you can sign an elite class year after year?
Well, you know, there's a lot to offer here at South Carolina from the standpoint, number one, the city of Columbia, our university, our academic setting, our athletic setting, the most loyal fan base in the country. I mean, there's so many good things to sell here. We just got to get players exposed to it. So many players came on our campus, I felt like, from out of state and had said, I had no idea it was like this. So we need to do a great job of promoting South Carolina.
You adopted the hashtag #SpursUp to tip off fans about a verbal commitment that might be forthcoming, and fans have really taken to it. How fun has that been for you to see the reception to this hashtag now, #SpursUp? You've kind of made it your own.
Well, it's my wife's idea, so I got to give credit where credit's due, but it's been a lot of fun. Again, we've got a great fan base, and that's one of the things we need to take advantage of in the recruiting process.
Does your wife still recognize who you are? I mean, you've barely been here. You've been on the road meeting with high school coaches and recruits. It's an exciting time for you, but I imagine a little exhausting as well.
Well, it is, but that's just the lifeblood of your program, you know, recruiting. At the end of the day, good players make good coaches, and that's the bottom line. And I've been in situations where we've had great players and you have great seasons, and when you haven't had those kind of guys, not so much. So at the end of the day, it comes down to players.
Well, Coach, congratulations on your first recruiting class, first of many more to come at South Carolina.
Andy, thank you.
Head coach Will Muschamp will have plenty more coverage of National Signing Day on this week's edition of Gamecock Insider. Stay with us.
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Coke Zero. Enjoy everything. By Colonial Life. The benefits of good hard work. And by Wild Wing Cafe. We've got just the thing to make you wild. Gamecock Insider is a production of Gamecock IMG Sports Marketing.
America's workers are passionate about building better lives for themselves and their families. Colonial Life is passionate about helping them with benefits that preserve and protect what they work so hard to build. Even if challenging times get in their way. When you need us most, we're there, and we've been there for 75 years. Colonial Life, the benefits of good, hard work.
Win the opportunity to be the next Farm Bureau Insurance fan on the court. Winners receive 2 tickets, pre-game court passes, and autographed merchandise. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Fan on the Court is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Get the membership advantage.
upgraded all your old technology. So what about this? It's time to get into the new with Ford. New is EcoBoost technology. New is a foot-activated liftgate. New is tougher, stronger, and lighter. New is Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now, get into a new Fusion for $179 or 0 for $60 plus $2,000 trade assist. See your Carolina Ford dealer today.
Join us every week at Wild Wing Cafe for Carolina calls from 7 to 8 p.m. Wild Wing Cafe is Columbia's home for hot wings, cold beer, and good times. Tune into Carolina calls every week and go to wildwingcafe.com for more information. Welcome back to Gamecock Insider. As you know by now, the faxes have all rolled in. The ink is dried. The names have been signed. Another successful National Signing Day in the books for Gamecock football. And here to break it down with us is our good friend Brian Hand of Spurs and Feathers magazine. Brian, Will Muschamp and his staff had a lot of work to do, not a lot of time to do it in. Where would you say the strength of this year's signing class lies?
Yeah, well, obviously Will Muschamp's known for defense. And when he went out there and got some defensive players, some defensive linemen particularly, you know, it's a line of scrimmage league, and he went out and got some guys that can help them right away. And then if you look at it on the other side, offensively, went out and got playmakers. That's what they need. They needed some guys that play wide receiver, can play in the slot, you know, can play running back, can do a little bit of everything. And they went out and got those guys as well.
Who are maybe the 2 or 3 prospects from this year's signing class who intrigue you the most?
Yeah, I think you got to start with Brandon McElwain. I mean, everybody knows what he brings, an elite quarterback that, you know, has a chance to compete for the starting job. Day one's also an elite baseball player, so we know he's going to do some big things for Chad Holbrook and the Gamecocks. And then, you know, you got Stephen Taylor, a defensive tackle, you know, that decided to go to South Carolina instead of Texas. That says a lot. You know, and then you also got to look at some of the other playmakers. There's just so many guys. You know, you got Akeem Cooperwood, who's 6'5", 350, 6'7", 359 on the offensive line. You know, Sean Elliott's got some pieces that he can work with. I think it's just a good class overall.
Yeah, Akeem Cooperwood will definitely want those extra 2 inches on his frame. Will Muschamp, as we have seen across college football, this is also a fertile time of year for flipping guys who might have been committed elsewhere. The Gamecocks benefited from flipping a couple of people who were previously pledged to other programs. Maybe who was their best flip this recruiting cycle?
I think you got to start kid that flipped from Arkansas to South Carolina, Kill Pollard. I mean, you know, we talk about the playmakers. He's a great wide receiver who was everybody. He said now that he was South Carolina all the way, but he'd been committed to Arkansas for quite some time. So, you know, we're interested to see how and Drake Davis wasn't necessarily flipped, but didn't really make a decision until today, chose South Carolina over Miami. So it's, once again, some mini playmakers within the fold.
Hey, Randricus Davis, another one of those explosive playmakers now being brought into the fold for Will Muschamp. Brian Hand of Spurs and Feathers magazine, we always appreciate the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And of course, those playmakers, the running backs, the offensive linemen, the quarterbacks, they will all be under the direction of Gamecock new offensive coordinator Kurt Roper, who reunites with head coach Will Muschamp here at South Carolina. Let's now meet the Gamecocks new offensive coordinator, Kurt Roper.
My name is Kurt Roper. I coach the quarterbacks. I'm the offensive coordinator. I've been married for 14 years, or just about 14 years now, to Britt Albertson Roper, and I have 2 children. My daughter is Reese Roper, and she will be 8 in February, and my son is Luke Roper, and he'll be 4 in February. Well, I'm really appreciative of Coach Muschamp giving me the chance to come to South Carolina first off. I think he's a great guy to work for. He is passionate about the game. I think we're on the same wavelength of how you play the football game, and so I think it's a great opportunity to work for a great man, number one, and then you get back with a great program with a lot of tradition, a lot of winning, and a place that can win at a very high level. And I think that's what we all want to do as football coaches is to go out and win football games and compete for championships. So my expectations, more so than my philosophy, need to be met by guys that love to play this game, that it's a passion for them to play this game, that are looking for more than just Saturday, but are looking to live the life. Well, obviously I enjoy every relationship that I have with the quarterbacks. They're all unique, they're all individual. You get to learn about each and every kid, and each and every kid is different, you know. So obviously you enjoy coaching young men and getting to know them and their family. Well, the biggest thing is I want you to see sound, solid, fundamental football. We want to look good lining up. We want to play fast, and we want to play with a lot of physicalness on offense. We are going to be a team that uses space and we spread the ball around, but we still want to be a physical football team that executes well and takes care of the football. But in the end, this game is about scoring more points than the team we're playing, and it's simply that. Hopefully, we're a team that scores a lot of points.
And we certainly look forward to seeing what Kurt Roper has in store for the Gamecock offense in the fall of 2016. Coming up, the excitement has mounted ever since it was put on the schedule this upcoming Monday. South Carolina taking on defending national champion UConn in women's basketball. Our own Brad Muller checks in with Gamecock head coach Dawn Staley. That's next on Gamecock Insider.
If it wasn't for the University of South Carolina, we never would have started it.
We had an idea for a new way to create digital trees for video games and movies. So we decided to start SpeedTree through the USC Technology Incubator. Now, our software has been used in more than 50 feature films.
The fact that a couple of USC grads can have such a huge impact on Hollywood and even win an Academy Award, that's what No Limits means to us.
Hey, Leo, you know what time it is?
What time is it?
Our annual time to collect shoes for kids in need. Tell them about it, guys.
Bring a brand new pair of kids sneakers at United Auto Sales and get a free pair of tickets to see the Lady Gamecocks play.
All shoes will be donated to Inner Soul to help a needy child right in our community.
So donate a pair of sneakers, get a pair of tickets, only at United Auto Sales. Let's make this year better than the last.
We're gonna get it,
United Auto Sales!
You've upgraded all your old technology, so what about this? It's time to get into the new with Ford. New is EcoBoost technology. New is a foot-activated liftgate. New is tougher, stronger, and lighter. New is Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now, get into a new Fusion for $179 or 0 for $60 plus $2,000 trade assist. See your Carolina Ford dealer today.
Williams able to save that one, but throws it right to Tiffany Mitchell. The 2-1 on the break and a finish.
That was our Sandsbury Eye Center. Did you see that play? Brad Muller alongside South Carolina women's basketball coach Dawn Staley. Well, a busy week last week, another busy week coming up for the Gamecocks. Let's go back to last week. For the third time this year, the Gamecocks defeat a top 10 SEC team on the road when you win at Texas A&M. What did you learn about your team in that game?
Well, what we learned is they're resilient. You know, they've been in every basketball situation you can imagine. And when we found ourselves down by 10, we stayed composed. Obviously, it was a big game, big crowd. So we just had to get back to doing things, that we've been doing all season long, which is defend, create some easy buckets from our defense, and then get the ball inside to our post players, and they came through for us.
So speaking of your post players, Alaina Coates had a big game, double-double, and she had 6 assists, and she was quite happy about that. Is she wanting to play point guard now?
A big girl after my own heart, with assists. She's got a big target in Asia Wilson, who always seems to be matched up with someone much shorter than she is, and Lay has found a target that she likes in Asia Wilson, and Asia's been delivering for her.
Well, a big week coming up. The Gamecocks take a break from SEC play for that little game with Connecticut, with UConn coming to town Monday night here at the Colonial Life Arena, and I know everyone's been pointing to that since before the season started. Big matchup, #1 coming in. Do you treat that like any other game, and is it hard to get the players to stay focused for a game like that?
I mean, you do treat it like any other game. It isn't the national championship game. It's a game in which we can measure ourselves against Connecticut. Obviously, we're playing it in our home court, where I think, more than likely it'll be a sellout. So, you know, for us, it's kind of a, you know, prelude to March Madness where you're, you know, hopefully playing the number 1 and number 2 teams in the country. And I'm just proud of our team to, you know, have the target on our backs and we're able to sustain and play at a high level and beat, you know, some great teams on the road in our league. And, you know, it sets the stage for something magical to happen on February the 8th.
Palmetto Health injury report. Asia Dozier still day-to-day. What's her status?
Asia Dozier is day-to-day. We got great news. She's not out for, you know, a very long time. So once that pain subsides, she'll be back in the lineup for us.
And our Terminex Pest Player of the Game this week?
Got to be the big girl, you know, Alaina Coates, for, you know, not only her assists, which were tremendous, but when the game was on the line, somebody made big girl mad. and when they make her mad, you know, she sits a little bit lower and she gives us a big target. And she scored some great baskets for us down the stretch when we needed them most.
Well, great job, Coach. Good luck this week.
Thanks, Brad.
For Coach Dawn Staley, I'm Brad Muller.
Still to come on Gamecock Insider, a little sibling rivalry on the basketball court. We visit with Asia Dozier and PJ Dozier. What's it like when those two players get on the court together? We'll find out next on Gamecock Insider. Introducing the Tex-Mex Bacon Thickburger with fire-roasted peppers and onions, smoky Santa Fe sauce, and thick-cut bacon on a 100% Black Angus beef patty. New at Hardee's.
You can get 2 free tickets to see your Gamecocks men's basketball team take the court this season just by shopping at Buy Low. Purchase a minimum of $50 worth of groceries in one transaction and exchange your receipt at the Colonial Life Arena ticket office for 2 free tickets to a South Carolina home game. This offer is valid only while supplies last, so shop at your local Buy Low today. Britton's of Columbia has Gamecock Attire for men and ladies with accessories to match from brands like Southern Tide and Smathers and Branson. Stop by Britton's of Columbia or like Britton's on Facebook.
America's workers are passionate about building better lives for themselves and their families. Colonial Life is passionate about helping them with benefits that preserve and protect what they work so hard to build. Even if challenging times get in their way, when you need us most, we're there, and we've been there for 75 years. Colonial Life, the benefits of good, hard work.
When you grow up in a place, it's not just where you're from, it's who you are. The way things are done there becomes just how they're done. And while other places are nice, none of them quite feel like home. We're proud to say we grew up in the South, where serving you best starts with a conversation. Visit us at your nearest South State location or at southstatebank.com.
People ship all kinds of things.
But what if that thing is a few 100,000 doses of flu vaccine?
That need to be kept at 41 degrees.
While being shipped to a country where it's 90 degrees. In the shade.
Sound hard? Yeah.
Does that mean people in Laos shouldn't get their vaccine?
We didn't think so.
From figuring it out to getting it done.
We're here to help.
Good hard work has earned Julia Vincent the title of Colonial Life Academic Athlete of the Week. A member of the swimming and diving team, Vincent is a sophomore public health major with a 3.50 GPA. This week's academic athlete is brought to you by Colonial Life. Colonial Life, the benefits of good hard work.
Don't cheat.
All right.
You know you specialize in cheating. You've been a cheater all your life,
You
too,
too,
by the way.
ready?
Okay.
All right, ready?
Come on, bro.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. All right, go ahead, man. Growing up, she's definitely my biggest role model. The one person that I've always looked up to, always try to be better than. And, you know, she set such a high pedestal, you know, for me to reach, and, you know, just being able to have the opportunity to come here and, you know, play on the same team, you know, it's just a blessing, you know, and I've been following her footsteps, you know, throughout my whole life.
We critique each other's games all the time. We've always been like that. We're probably our own biggest critics, but secondary to that is probably we're each other's biggest critics too. So bad games, you know, we'll lift each other up, but at the same time, we're always trying to provide advice for each other. If my shot's off or his shot's off, we'll get in the gym together, get shots up. Just always, you know, point out the little things that, you know, each of us do well, and then, you know, where we see room for improvement.
When I see her play, I feel like she's a unique one in our family. You know, my uncle definitely had a high IQ, you know, of the game, and I think that's one thing that we definitely inherited.
I know everybody's parents have, you know, really high hopes for them, and they did everything they were supposed to do with us, just teaching us how to be, you know, disciplined people. I think it really played a big role as to, you know, the type of players that we became. We've definitely bled garnet and black for a long time. I'm sure there are plenty of pictures of us when we were younger in Gamecock paraphernalia, but you know, there wasn't any extra pressure, you know, to come here just because of, you know, our dad and our uncle's careers here, but the home environment is just something that really can't even be described in words, just the feeling that we get being able to play in your home city and represent your hometown. I had never played anything other than basketball. I tried to go golf with him a couple times, but it was pretty much a disaster, an epic failure. Yeah, we have home videos of that I will definitely try to burn in the near future. But I've always been jealous of him because he's kind of always been one of those people that's just good at anything that he does. Where you going?
We're going for the long ball. Come on, Asia.
I ain't worried about it.
Oh!
God, no!
Wow!
Oh!
Wow!
What do you think you can do better than me in basketball?
What can I do better than that?
Let's be honest.
No, all right, yeah, let's be honest for real. Okay, you're a shooter, you know. We'll throw that out there. Everybody knows that. Always been a shooter. I definitely would say I'm more athletic than you. Would you agree? First off,
give or take.
There's no thinking about that. There is no thinking about that.
I mean, your jumping ability might be your vertical might be a couple of inches, you know.
A couple?
Do not dunk that ball. About 40.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of athleticism. That's about it, though.
I'll give you that.
Why am I such an awesome brother?
Well, I just want to know who told you were an awesome brother.
I am an awesome brother. And
you are. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Probably because there's like never a dull moment when I'm with you. Like, I really don't think that anybody really understands how freaking hilarious you are. Like,
I'm funny?
You're really funny. Like, you're a funny guy.
I appreciate
honestly.
it. I appreciate it. Do the dance. Do the dance.
I give him a hard time because sometimes I'm just like, you know, like, I get it, you're my brother, but go be with your teammates, you know? Like, you have teammates. Those are your brothers, too. Go be with them. But
my whole mindset is she's here for a year, and I'm going to take advantage of it.
And he's doing exactly that. Absolutely. So why am I such an awesome big sister?
I think simply because you're that role model that I look up to. You know, just having that one person that you really can follow their lead and become successful. You know, you're just a successful person.
First win ever in life.
You're right.
Definitely.
Hey, I'm taking this to the house too.
All right.
I'm telling my mama.
Telling your mama?
Telling
She'll
my
be
mama.
so proud of you.
And you know their mom, dad, and their Uncle Terry are all very proud. Now let's look at My Carolina.
Now, Gamecocks everywhere can support their beloved university year-round at the USC Alumni Center. Our spirit capital is the place to support student learning, connect to each other, and advocate for Carolina, no matter where you are in the world. Alumni, students, faculty, staff, and fans, we are ready to welcome you home. Visit mycarolina.org and stay connected forever to thee.
Planning a brighter future is easy with Future Scholar, South Carolina's tax-deductible 529 college savings plan. The holiday season is a great time to open a Future Scholar account. It's never too early to start investing in your children's future. Learn more at futurescholar.com and let's paint their futures bright.
Win the opportunity to be the next Farm Bureau Insurance fan on the court. Winners receive 2 tickets, pre-game court passes, and autographed merchandise. Visit usccontest.com to register today. Fan on the Court is brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Get the membership advantage.
Turn out the lights.
Why is all your junk in your new car? It's not junk. Thank you.
They say that all good things must end. Call it a night.
Are you kidding me?
Nissan Sentra, J.D. Power's highest-ranked compact car in initial quality. Now get a $149 per month lease plus $500 on the Nissan Sentra.
Carolina and Clemson haven't agreed on much since 1896. It's a healthy multi-sport rivalry. And this year, every head-to-head competition is part of the inaugural certified SC-grown Palmetto Series. So while Gamecocks and Tigers each support their team, we can all support local farmers by purchasing certified SC-grown products. Just look for the certified SC-grown label where you shop and follow your team at palmettoseries.com. It's a matter of taste.
Gamecock Insider is brought to you by Coke Zero. Enjoy everything. By Colonial Life, the benefits of good hard work. And by Wild Wing Cafe. We've got just the thing to make you wild. Gamecock Insider is a production of Gamecock IMG Sports Marketing.
Our thanks to Will Muschamp, Kurt Roper, and Dawn Staley for joining us this week. And on behalf of all of us at Gamecock Productions, I'm Andy Demetra. We'll see you next time on Gamecock Insider.